In this video, we're going to be talking about my nighttime routine and the steps I take each night to keep my skin in tip-top shape. We'll also be going over the pros and cons of double cleansing and a few other things that occurred to me to talk to you about on the way. Stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome to my evening routine. I did my morning routine, I think it was released last week, and I basically start the same way. So I'm going to do a double cleanse, and some people were saying, I don't like to wash my face twice in the morning. That's fine, just wash it once. As a professional esthetician for 20 years, 21 years, I always start out all my facials with a double cleanse. So I'm kind of like double cleanse, double cleanse, double cleanse. So in the morning, if you want to just do one cleanse, that's fine. Gosh, I've got wearing masks a lot lately and I've just got little breakouts making me crazy. That should calm down. So we're going to start out the same way we did in the last video, where I'm going to do a foaming cleanser, a gentle pH balanced foaming cleanser to start, and then I'm going to go in with more exfoliating cleanser. So let's do that. So the first cleanser I'm going to start out with is Just Say Ah, and I wanted to talk a little bit about pH. Back in the day when I first started, there were so many lines, even doctors' lines that were supposed to be all fancy spancy, that would crank out really harsh cleansers that were just too alkaline for the skin. If you think about the pH scale, our skin is acidic and we want it to keep it that way so that we have optimal absorption of products, that we keep our acid mantle, so that we keep our skin healthy and balanced. And acid helps repel microbes, so it's part of our microbiome of our face. It's part of the good bacteria on our face, and it's part of the protection against what's out there. So if we go in with not a pH balanced skin, and the skin's pH is between 4.5 and 5.5 generally on the acid side of the pH scale. So on one side we have acid, on the other side we have alkaline. And you may think that if you go from 6 to 7, you're just a little bit more alkaline than 6, but you are hundreds of times more alkaline when you move from 6 to 7. So it's just really important that you get you want your cleanser to be between a 4 and a 6. This is a pH of 5. So I'm going to start there. But yeah, it's really basic skincare 101. You want a pH balanced cleanser, and nowadays manufacturers are so much better than they used to be. In the past, they would just crank out lye-based, alkaline-based cleansers. This is driving me crazy. Alkaline-based cleansers, and call it a day. It's like, oh, it's good enough for my socks. Might as well just wash my face with lye. So no, not good. Too alkaline, very stripping, hard on our skin, makes us break out. And then, you think about it, and the products you put on, they're really just helping rebalance your pH. And so all that extra energy that your skin puts into, like, must replace pH, because when you go in and you strip it off, the skin's like, oh, gotta replace that. And that's the first thing it will do. And so some people will get rebound oil production. If they're stripping it away, they'll actually get a little bit oilier because their skin's going into defense mode, and the only way it knows how to fight back is to produce more oil to protect itself. So we want to make sure that's a balanced cleanser, that we're using a balanced cleanser. So that pH scale is really important, and staying on the acidic side with our cleanser is very important. And like I said, it's so much better now. It's so much easier to find pH balanced cleansers. Just know that if you buy a cleanser from an esthetician, it's going to be pH balanced, unless it's like a really exfoliating cleanser and a special type of cleanser you only leave on for a second. You don't see those very often, but 99.99% of the time it's going to be pH balanced to your skin, because we know we want to keep your skin balanced so that any products you put on it are more readily available for anti-aging and for anti-acne and whatever we want to achieve with our products. So I'm going to wash my face. And I was saying that I wash my face by getting my face wet, getting my hands wet. Then I put a dime-sized amount of cleanser on, foam up my hands first, and then apply the foam to my face, my neck, my chest. And when I wash my face, I just take my shirt and my bra off. I just take it all off. Go into the bathroom, lock the door, and just take it all off. Because I splash everywhere. You really want, if you're using makeup wipes and that sort of thing, consider really doing a cleanse with water, because you need to flush out those pores and really get the skin clean. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this feels good. pH balance to the skin. This is really good at getting off all the oils, the makeup. It'll take some of your eye makeup off. Did you guys see I got my eyebrows done last week? I was so excited. And then I got some eyeliner. It's in the phase where it gets kind of light and then it gets a little darker again. It peels, and yeah, so I went down to Tampa and I met up with Isabel Brown. She is the inventor of Avatar Fibroblast Skin Tightening, which I love. But she also is she's a master permanent makeup artist. So I knew I was going to do my brows, and then she talked me into doing the liner. So not bad. I like waking up with a little bit of definition to my eyes. Okay, so let's go ahead and wash this off. This little movement I'm doing, just trying to clear out any congestion through this area. 90% of our lymph nodes in the face in the face and neck unit are found right here. So, all right, I'm gonna wash this off. Okay, so I'm all wet. Now I'm just doing some of the scrub away the day. This is a very nice exfoliating cleanser. It has 3 different acids in it. So it's got glycolic, lactic, and salicylic, and they sort of balance each other out. It's good for excess oils and blackheads and just general gentle exfoliation. And then it has little tiny jojoba beads in it, and they start to melt down. So you get kind of a chemical and a physical exfoliation. And it smells very, very, very lightly of citrus, which I love. I love this cleanser. So this is, whoops, I almost dropped it. This is what I'm talking about. Scrub Away the Day. It's from my line. All right, so, get your areas where you have any congestion. This is light. I'm doing this lightly. Now, a lot of people will do their first cleanse with a cleansing balm or some type of pre-cleanse or oil to start to break down their makeup. And for some people that works really well, but it's funny. I'm going to stop scrubbing because I don't need that much exfoliation, but I want to tell you guys this. So I think I was like 35. I was working for Dermalogica in Miami, which is very humid, and Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse came out, and it was this beautiful mix of all these different plant-based oils, kukui nut oil, and it's gorgeous. It still is gorgeous, and it smells amazing. And they made the case for using it. She had a patch of motor oil on her arm, and she used a regular cleanser, and it just didn't come off very much. And then she used oil, the pre-cleanse, and it started to come off. And then she used a cleanser on top of that, and then there was a big hole where you could see the white spot from her skin, and all the rest was oil. So yeah, it takes away oil, cuts down the makeup, the grime, and then the second pass, you can really get into the pores. However, not all skins do well with oil cleansing, and my skin is one of them. Even at 35, that pre-cleanse, although I loved it, although it was beautiful and amazing, took off all my makeup and everything, it dried the bejesus out of my skin. And I thought, gosh, that's so weird. And I just kept trying it, different situations. I would try different cleansers with it. I just couldn't, my skin couldn't acclimate. And you think about what happens when you put oil, like you put a lighter oil, like if you were to put a safflower oil for olive oil into peanut butter, what would happen? The olive oil would start to break down the thicker oil that is the peanut butter. And so it's the same concept. So we have oils on our skin, and we go in with these really light plant-based oils, and they just take it all. And for some of us, that's great, but my skin just doesn't like it at all. And I know I'm not the only one. So we get to a point later on in life where we really need those oils. Not all oils on our skin are bad. We need those oils. So I tried it again recently with a popular cleansing balm. Tried it for a few days. I'm like, God, my skin is so dry. What's going on? I'm like, oh, there it is again. So I just cannot use cleansing oils. I'd rather just go in with a pH balanced cleanser, wash once, get the majority of my makeup off and everything. Actually, I think even washing once with this cleanser would do a great job and get everything off. But then I'll go in with an exfoliating cleanser just to do a little bit more cleansing and to exfoliate. Speaking of which, let me wash this off. Just gonna dry my face off. And I'm all wet. So yeah, so rethink that double cleanse. I think people are trying so many things right now that they don't even know what's working. You throw so many things at your skin. So that can be a hidden cause of drying in people's routines. And I've seen that more and more as that's become popular. So don't beat yourself up. If you can't use that oil cleansing routine, just do a double cleanse and you'll be fine. So at this point, I've still got some redness. I think I want to calm that down. So at this point I could use any essence that I want. And here I have a collection of essences. I've got just straight up hyaluronic acid. This is like 5 different weights of hyaluronic acid. This one I love. This is the azulene, which is a blue flowering plant which helps calm the skin. It's known for its calming properties. So actually, I think I'm going to use, well, I don't know. And then I have the Vita C, which is a vitamin C complex. And then I have the MGF. I think I'm going to use this. So this one's interesting. And I think I've been using like too much of this stuff. So you just want to do a few drops and then just pat it in. Will basically spread more evenly if you pat it. So essences are generally water-based. They're mostly water. But this is a Korean product. And the MGF, this is one of the best sellers. I really like this MGF one. So all these ampoules have goat's milk in them, so they make some like a probiotic for our skin. But this one has snail mucus filtrate in it, so it's very. This one, if you were to do like the 7 skins, where you do 7 layers and then you put on moisturizer on top, this one you would really feel, and it gets a little bit sticky at the end because it's just got so much good stuff in it. It has 4 different growth factors in it. So this reminds me of Sculplla, but in essence form. So I wanted to calm this down. It looks like it's calming down a little bit. They're just little zits from a stupid mask. They drive me crazy. Oh well. We all have our skin issues. Okay, so now that everything is hydrated, I'm going to go in and do a couple drops of recovery. I do this morning and night. I know that may be excessive. I love this stuff. This is my like holy grail, left on a desert island. What would I choose? It would be NeoGenesis Recovery. This is 70% active ingredients of the stem cell releasing molecules. So I'm going to do about 1 pump. And since I put that essence on, this is about 4 to 6 drops, and I even put it over my eyelids. And this will disappear pretty quick. But human skin stem cell releasing molecules, it's good stuff. I normally get down here too, just so you guys know. Whatever my face gets, my neck and my chest gets as well. So moving on, Now I'll do my Cavi. And I'm going to do less of this because I've got a few extra steps afterwards. So I normally do, this is getting low. Whoops, hold on, let me put it straight up and it will come out. Yeah, I normally do 3 or 4 pumps of this. And this is interesting. You got to sort of slide this on fast. Spread it. Then it starts to foam. This is from the Sculplla line. It's called CaviPLLA. So it's got caviar extract, which the Koreans are crazy about their caviar. Yeah, you just massage this in. It also has that polylactic acid, which that's the reason it foams, so that it can push that polylactic acid into the follicle. And I've talked about this many times, but this is really, I guess this is probably my second holy grail. I found NeoGenesis first, so this is uber hydrating, and then it has that gift that keeps on giving of the polylactic acid. And do you know, I forgot to put my eye cream on again. I did that last video too, but yeah, this, I usually put my eye serums on. I'll do recovery right over my eyes because I like that recovery gets on my eyes. It's gentle enough that you can put it there, and then I'll put my eye cream on. So let's do that. And look, you don't need 2 eye creams, but I'm an esthetician. I have many eye creams. So at this point, I would just put on some of my NeoGenesis Eye Serum. And it clicks from here, maybe that much. See, maybe about that much. I'll divide it between the 2 pinkies. And I put it right on the upper and the lower lids. And I love that because how many eye creams can you put on your upper lids? Now, this last week when I was recovering from having that eyeliner done, I did put the Sculplla Promoter Cell Repair eye cream right here. And if I put just a little bit, I was fine. It comes out like this. That's actually quite a bit. This I love because sort of the less you use, the better. You don't want to go too crazy. But yeah, I did discover I can put the tiniest layer right here because she's told me she wanted me to keep these wet. She does wet healing. Oh, I'll put some on my brows because I'm still doing Aquaphor on my brows. They're still healing. If you're wondering about that, that was the video I did last week where I had my eyebrows microbladed, where they go in with a little blade and they dip it into tattoo ink and they do each hair separately so that they look more natural. And she did actually a tattoo gun. This is a line tattooed into my eyeliner. So I have eyes and eyebrows when I wake up. It's kind of nice. Okay, so at this point I'm starting to feel really like I got a lot on. And if it's the summer, I'm gonna stop there unless I'm really working on pigmentation. In that case, I'll move on. I'll get my, you could do either one of these, the Brighten the Day or the Vitamin C, whichever one is sort of, or both. You could put on the Vitamin C first, or sorry, the Brighten the Day and the Vitamin C. Actually, I should have probably put the Brighten the Day on before the Cavi because you want to go from the thinnest to the thickest. But a lot of times if I put too much on before my Cavi, it doesn't bubble. And really, you want it to bubble. That's, if it doesn't bubble, it's not penetrating that polylactic acid. So you want it to bubble at all costs. So you could just do these after you apply the Cavi. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply some of the vitamin C. And I have so much on my face. I'm just going to go ahead and mix it all in. Yes. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my Sleep On It Retinol. This I love, and it's encapsulated, so it's going to go through everything. Everything I just put on, it's going to go straight through. So do about the way this smells. It has a really earthy smell to it. You can do your sleep on it. You know, you don't have to include all these. If you wanted to pare it down, you could do just this, or do just this, or do just this, or do just this followed by that. You know, so this is basically my moisturizer because it is so thick. It says a multi-serum, but it comes out so thick that I treat it as a moisturizer at night. Now, in the middle of the winter, you may need to go in with another moisturizer on top of this. So in that case, you could do intensive moisturizer or light moisturizer from NeoGenesis, or whatever moisturizer you want to put on at the end. And then sometimes I'll do a little spritz of the Sculplla mist. If you don't have that, you can do some moisturizing mist. And then I always like to end with this, although I'm so heartbroken. She's not making this anymore because there's been so many complications and delays with COVID. Yes, it's my Intention Happiness gloss. It's disappearing. Anyway, I like to sleep with some sort of thick gloss on my lips. I actually picked at this earlier. So when I don't have this going on, a lot of times I'll go in and put a little extra retinol here to help clear this up faster. But most of the time when it's from a mask like this, I can just do some LED and it's gone in a few hours. They just sort of settle down and go away. So anyway, that's my nighttime routine. It doesn't have to be that many steps. Like I said, you can always just do one serum, one moisturizer, and call it a night. But that's my routine. Thanks for watching. Bye now.